Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Cook County Small Business Wednesday webinar. We're going to get started. We're going to give a little time for people to join the room. Thank you all for joining us. I see the numbers going a little bit, so I'm going to give you all some time. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Cook County's Small Business Source Wednesday webinar, where we have our wonderful Wednesday webinar once a month, which will be the last Wednesday of every month. I'm going to start in a few minutes and I'll go over a brief explanation of the Cook County Small Business Source, who I am and what we do, as well as introduction of my colleagues. And then I also will introduce our wonderful speaker who's joining us today, one of our partners from the Chicago Urban League, Mr. Leslie Williams. He is amazing, you all. All right, are we a little steady with our numbers, Mercedes? Can I jump on?
Yeah, definitely. I would get started.
All right, well, let's go. All right, everyone, again. Thank you all for joining us today in the Cook County Small Business Source. I'm going to be very transparent and tell you all ahead of time. I'm experiencing a little bit of technical slowdowns with the current update to my computer. So just give me a moment as we try to progress forward. All right. So who am I? My name is Dominique Gamble. I am the Senior Program Manager for the Cook County Small Business Source. I have been working a little bit on this team since 2001, so a little over 3.5 years. I'll be hitting my 4-year mark in December. I've actually been working in the small business industry going on about 19 years now. I used to be a small business strategist. I have my own company. I've managed business corridors. I commissioned business. So I would say working with small businesses is near and dear to my heart. The Cook County Small Business Source Program is near and dear to my heart. Helping entrepreneurs is very close to my heart because I have been a serial entrepreneur. I come from a family of serial entrepreneurs. So the design and makeup of this program is actually built out for the serial entrepreneur, the solopreneur, those who are scaling the mom and pop shops. We are here for you. Again, I said I wanted to introduce my team. I have Miss Mercedes McClure. You don't see her. She is off camera. She will be assisting us. She is my wonderful colleague who definitely assists us with marketing this program. I don't know we would do without her. We have Nicole, our wonderful fellow. And then I also have Leslie Williams, again, who will be our speaker joining us today, which is one of our partners here with the Cook County Small Business Source from Chicago Urban League. Trust me, you are gonna love this teaching he's gonna do. I'm a key. I always talk up Leslie because I hated AI until I had a training with Leslie, and I was literally just telling him a little while ago. I've been helping so many people, and I have my notepad and my pen because I'm ready to learn again. He is so great with this. But the Cook County Small Business Source, who we are and what we do. So the Cook County Small Business Source again was created in 2021. Right when we were in the heart of COVID, we wanted to help businesses at that time. We were developed to help small businesses survive. Everyone knows what was happening at the heart of the economy. Everything was shutting down. So President Winkle actually developed this program so that we can keep our communities, our small business communities, the life and breath of Cook County going. I'm happy to say since then we have really developed and scaled up a lot of small businesses throughout Cook County. So now instead of us saying we're helping small businesses survive, is so happy to say we're now helping you all thrive and go to the next level. We do that by offering free, no cost business advising coaching. I'll talk a little bit about that shortly. We offer free resources. You can go to our website. We have a gang of resources that are offered, even also through our BSO network, which I'll also explain. We have the events page on our website where you can check out any event that is on our website. If you might have joined us and found this one through our website, and everything we offer is free. No one believes that, but the great part about this is that all of the resources that we are offering small businesses is free. And then also from time to time, we do offer a grant. We have access to capital opportunities where we'll offer a grant. A lot of our program partners do offer access to capital opportunities as well, whether it be by grant programs that they're also connected to, or we help small businesses get scaled up to where you can actually be ready for your small business loan. So a lot of great work that we're doing here, and we just want to see how we can next help assist you. Um, I know you just heard me mention that Leslie and the Chicago Urban League are one of our partners. And what does that look like? So for the source, we have 13 we call business service organizations who have joined us in providing all of these free resources to you, the entrepreneur, to you, the small business owner. As you can see here in this circle, this is our list of small business owners that we are working with. I love it. I wanted this circle because we are all one. We are all joined together. I always say that we are not competing, but we are one big source family, and we are here to make sure that you all get the resources that you need. It's also a great circle because what's unique about our program and our partnership model is you can work with any of our BSOs. So let's say you start working with the Illinois Restaurant Association, you're a caterer, you needed some assistance, but you're also maybe a minority business owner and you maybe want to become certified as a minority business owned catering or restaurant company. You can actually be transferred to either Chicago Minority Supplier, Illinois Hispanic Chamber, WBDC, who offers assistance with businesses in that area. You might need access to capital opportunities. We can transfer you to Allies, who has a lot of wonderful access to capital opportunities, as well as some of our other partners. So, and then you can go right back to working with that advisor that you started with. So it has the thought process of no business being left behind. We are here to make sure that all of your business needs are being met within this partnership model. And as I say, we have 13 business support organizations. They're located throughout Cook County, and they have expertise in all sectors. So we have restaurants, as you can see here, solo government contracting. If what is it? Being, as I said, certified as a minority business owner. If you're working in marketing, I mean, literally just about everything that you would need assistance with as a business owner. Retail, I do know we have some business organizations that really work in that area. And then also we have an additional 35 referral partners who assist us with the source, and I'll talk about them as well a little later. As far as languages, we're a very diverse program. Our program advisors offer opportunities in over 16 languages that are spoken to our small business owners. Because again, we want to make sure that no one is left behind with the source, that everyone who needs services are available to get the assistance that they need. I'll just do a quick overview of our numbers for the sake of time. So it's like, can we back it up? So we have assisted over $67 million worth of grants, which we have dispersed. You heard me earlier in the slide. I said, yeah, from time to time, we might have some grant opportunities, access to capital opportunities available to you. To date, we have awarded over $67 million in grants. We have served over 30,000 businesses by way of the free coaching, advising, and those events that you heard me talking about. And we have touched and reached over 106,000 businesses. So that's by way of door knocking, newsletters, e-blasts, just any way in which you can reach your clients. We have touched over 106 businesses. And as you can see, our business demographic here, 80% of our business owners do identify as people of color. 63% of our business owners do identify as women-owned businesses. And 93% of our businesses identify as micro businesses. So we're really trying to make sure we're helping you all. Here's a quick overview of, you heard me talking about the type of assistance that our organizations do work in. So I just wanted to make it really clear for you all. We have startup assistance, emerging businesses, work for you if you are an established business. We even help you if you are an established business and you are looking to maybe retire, and you need to get your paperwork together. So we have been helping in that particular area as well. We do food certification assistance, accounting and booking. We have some great trainings and cohorts on like how to do your taxes, because we know in order to be grant ready, you have to be tax ready. No, we cannot do grants if you don't have have those taxes filed. So instead of leaving you behind and saying we can't help, we make sure that you're scaled up so when those opportunities come, you are ready to walk in it. We are providing assistance in the legal assistance, marketing support, operations for your business, etc. You heard me mention capital assistance by way of financial literacy and financial management, procurement by way of government and MWBE certification assistance. So really very broad span of opportunities that we are working with for you all as small business owners. So I hope if you see something on that screen that maybe triggered something that you need assistance with. If you're not already working with one of our source partners, do capture the information at the end of the slide so you can make sure that you too can get into our intake form and work with one of our partners. So here's our impact survey numbers to date. 81% of our clients say that they would recommend someone to the source. 70% felt that their advisors have helped them create a clear action plan, clear step forward as to where they're going with their business. And 63% felt that their advisors addressed their unique needs. And just wanted to provide you some faces with some of our impact stories. You might know some of these faces, you might not. We have Miss PSG Free. She came from Chicago Minority Suppliers. She has a wonderful gluten-free trail mix. I was just on a meeting yesterday and someone mentioned her. I'm like, oh, she came through the source. So then we have Miss Pink Panini, who also has a new business called Crabs and Cocktails out in the South Holland area. Miss Freedomly State of Mind. We have a plethora of businesses that we're working with that we can do impact stories on that are very excited of the work as well as the assistance they receive through our partners. So here is our full partnership model. You heard me state earlier that we also have 35 referral partners. This is the complete overview of our source partners. The ones at the top are the 13 BSOs who actually provide the free coaching that you will sign up for. And then at the bottom, we have our 35 referral partners by way of local chambers and small business organizations located in the suburban areas of Cook County. They help us market the program. They do help direct and funnel businesses to the source BSOs so that you all can get their free resources. So I always say, hey, if you can, take a picture of this so that you can make sure you have it captured and know who's in your local area if you need help. They can connect to any of our resources, whether it's with the city, the state, or the county. If you are a small business owner, they can direct you to what you need. And here's just a face. I just like to tell people, welcome to the source. It's one thing to hear about it, but these are the faces of the wonderful advisors that you will be working with from those 13 BSO organizations. So they are real people. You do really sit down and talk to them. You can do in-face coaching or you can do virtual, whichever one you choose. But I like to put a face behind the work so you don't think that everything out here is AI, even though we're about to do an AI training. So, all right. And if you would like to contact us at the source, I put myself as well as my director's information here. Her name is Miss Krista Elam. Again, I'm Dominique Gamble, Senior Program Manager. That is my direct email as well as my phone number. I always say it's best to email me, not call me, because I'm really at my desk, as well as me trying to clean out that inbox. So if you have any questions, you need any direct assistance, you want a question, feel free to email me at dominique.brutongamble@cookcountyil.gov. So we thank you all. Here's how you can sign up with the source if you're not already a source partner. Working with any of our advisors, you can either go to cookcountysmallbiz.org, or you can use your phone, go to the scan code, and it will take you directly to this page, which is our business advising page. So you can sign up through our intake form, and one of our advisors will reach out to you within 24 to 48 hours. Our intake form will actually match you based off of your request and your needs to the best advisor that actually assists you with your suggested request. So I'll leave that up for a second. I thank you all for joining us again. With that, I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'm going to hand it over to Mr. Leslie Williams from Chicago Urban League so we can get started with this AI training, because I'm definitely ready to learn about this. Thank you all.
All right, thank you very much, Dominique. for sharing those details. And good morning, everyone. Just a sound check. Are you able to see me and hear me clearly? All right, great, great. Okay, so again, I appreciate the opportunity to come back. Actually, this is like a 1 year anniversary. I think I did a webinar Wednesday last September 2024. So it's really glad that I have the opportunity to come back and share how you can leverage and utilize AI in your businesses. All right, so for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and start sharing my screen. Okay, hopefully you all are able to see my screen just fine. All right, thanks for the thumbs up. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about your AI dream team, how to build virtual employees or virtual teammates using ChatGPT. All right, so again, introduction. My name is Leslie Williams. I am the Technology and Innovation Program Manager with the Chicago Urban League. I've been in technology for over 20 years, and I've worked in various capacities, doing system administration to technical support and business consulting. And I definitely love working with technology and helping small business owners learn how to leverage and use it in their business. At the league, we offer free business advising, just as Ms. Domini had mentioned, and I specialize in tech. And again, more recently, I've been focusing more on helping business owners in our communities leverage AI. I love AI, what it stands for, and I really encourage everyone here, if you're not leveraging or using AI, to jump on board because it's the future. Outside of work, I'm a big sports fan, so I like soccer and basketball, and I just love hanging out with my family, my wife, and traveling. So that's a little bit about myself. So today, this is our agenda. We're going to take a look at the challenge entrepreneurs face on a daily basis, right? And when I was here last, my webinar was based on empowering business owners to use AI. So we're just kind of going to revisit that a little bit on how you should be using AI right now. And then we'll be talking a little bit about how you can make the shift from just using AI as a general tool to using it as a tool to build team members, right? How can you leverage it to develop employees to help you with your business? There we'll move on to what is a custom GPT. So that's kind of like the product within ChatGPT that allows you to make these virtual team members. So we'll look at that, why they are valuable. Then we'll take a look at prompting, which is kind of the foundation of creating a good custom GPT. And we'll examine a specific framework that you can use to create very effective prompts inside of ChatGPT. Then quickly, based on time, we'll go through just a business case study, continuing from one that I shared in my last webinar about a bakery that's going to need some help. And we'll see how these custom GPTs can help her solve her problem. All right. Okay, so the challenge that entrepreneurs face, right? So as small business owners, you juggle a lot of different types of responsibilities just when you're starting off, right? You could be a solopreneur, or you could just be a small team of, 1 or 2 people, right? And it can get overwhelming at times. But more recently, because of the release of AI tools like ChatGPT, business owners have been empowered to overcome several of these challenges, right? You're wearing different hats. Sometimes you have to be doing marketing, you're on social media, you're checking different things, you're writing your business plan. It is overwhelming, but because of AI, you can pass some of those responsibilities or utilize that tool to generate content or generate materials quite quickly and expeditiously, right? So for example, with AI, business owners can now experience the following. They have confidence through clarity. So using AI helps entrepreneurs quickly answer questions. They can generate ideas, create plans, instead of starting with a blank page or just not knowing where to begin. They can get a clear direction in just minutes on how to take a plan of action. Again, whether it's plan outline, or if they need to create an email or create a social media post. This can be done quickly, and this reduces doubt and builds confidence. I kind of have a similar approach. Like if something is taking me too long to think or to respond, I go to AI and just say, hey, okay, I need a response. And it usually gets things started for me to generate or create that response. Other ways it's been helpful to entrepreneurs is that time savings, right? AI can cut hours of work, where you would take hours to write a blog post or design images or analyze customer feedback. AI drops that down into minutes again, right? So it saves the business owner time for them to reclaim time for higher value activities, like if they need to do networking or generate sales or work on a new product for their business, they get that time back. All right. And then thirdly, AI can break down complex or intimidating things, right? So AI basically simplifies intimidating tasks by providing you, the business owner, with step-by-step guidance, so owners feel capable instead of overwhelmed, right? So the bottom line is, before we start seeing the value of AI being employees, just simply using it as a tool empowers you as entrepreneurs by saving you time, reducing stress, and giving you the confidence to execute tasks that were once out of reach, okay? So as I mentioned in my last webinar, I showed how a bakery owner was able to use AI to start off building a business plan, where she didn't know where to begin, and she didn't have to get access from anyone. She used the actual ChatGPT to get that generated for her. She was able to generate a social media calendar, and even she was able to use AI to help start developing a website, right? So we can see that AI empowers you to go ahead and do things on your own, or things that normally you probably couldn't afford. You can work along with it to go ahead and get these things generated. But let's ask ourselves a question. Suppose we could take things to the next level, all right? And that's where we have to kind of think with a shift. A lot has transpired or evolved with AI since the past year, and it continues to evolve quickly, right? There are some features and functions that are in ChatGPT now that is leaning towards where you'll be able to create agents or create autonomous chatbots that will be able to answer and do things on their own. That's kind of like where things are moving towards. But we see that ChatGPT has gotten smarter. It can remember things. Probably a year and a half ago, it didn't have those features. So with these enhancements, it allows you as the business owner to leverage more capabilities and create, as we say, virtual employees. So shifting from seeing AI as just another tool to leveraging it as an employee is the next best step for business owners to embrace right now, because it reframes how you approach growth and operations in your business. And here's why. Okay, so if you're continuing to use AI as just a tool, traditional tools need constant direction. You have to be around it constantly, clicking, entering, and managing. When you start thinking of using AI as a virtual employee, like creating custom GPTs, then the GPT can take ownership of ongoing tasks, right? Such as posting or drafting ad copy or preparing customer follow-ups. The mindset shifts, frees business owners from doing everything and allows them to delegate just as they would to a staff member certain tasks, right? Number two, AI virtual employees can scale with you as your business grows. Hiring human employees can be expensive, right? You have to consider salary, benefits, cost to train them. With a virtual employee, costs are at a fraction. They're available 24/7, and they can scale instantly to handle more work as your business grows. So this allows you as the business owner to compete at a level that larger organizations would have without the overhead. Thirdly, having this mindset is that you'll achieve consistency and reliability. So if you're just using tools provide output when used, but employees provide ongoing results. So virtual employees or teammates give you consistency in, say, your marketing, your customer engagement, and your daily operations. Tasks happen on a schedule every time. So this creates predictability in your business, something owners struggle to achieve when trying to do too many things at the same time. All right. And again, by using or shifting over to the virtual employee mindset, you're kind of future-proofing your business. The business world, as I mentioned, moves rapidly. It's moving quickly towards adapting to AI. I always share with clients, if you're not using or leveraging AI, you're behind the ball, right? So you want to be ahead of the curve. You want to be embracing it right now. So those who adapt early and structure AI as part of their, say, team will outpace competitors. It will reduce costs, and you will innovate faster. So it positions you not just to survive, but to thrive, again, in this age of AI-powered entrepreneurship. So in short, tools support tasks, but virtual employees drive outcomes. By assigning AI roles and responsibilities within your business, you as the business owner can unlock a new level of productivity, scalability, and freedom to focus on growth. All right. So when shifting over to what a virtual employee is, we're going to be focusing on the tool ChatGPT, right? That's the tool I had used in the last webinar as well. And in ChatGPT, you have the capability of creating custom GPTs. And that's basically a version of ChatGPT that you can personalize for your specific needs or for your business. So just think of it as creating a virtual employee that can be trained with instructions, context, and examples, so it behaves in the way that you want. So as we move through this presentation, just have in mind, think of if you got someone, you were hiring an assistant, just keep that in mind. If you had that assistant, you would have to train them on, standards of procedures or operations within your business. So just think of it that sense that the AI can be that assistant, but you have to provide it with insight so that it can operate in your business appropriately. And that's what a custom GPT is for. All right, so again, what makes a custom GPT valuable? One is that you can assign it a role, right? You can assign it a job like you want it to be your social media manager, or say your business development expert, or a digital advertising expert. Each role will come with its own level of expertise, sorry, and communication style, all right? Secondly, you can tailor it. You can tailor the instructions. Unlike regular ChatGPT, a custom GPT follows detailed prompts and guidelines that you set. So again, whatever information you put into this GPT, it's going to be more laser focused and targeted to, say, your business, which is what you would like. So for example, your business development expert that you create is designed to help entrepreneurs create business plans and product lines specifically, say, for your business. All right. Another thing that's good with custom GPTs is consistency. Again, instead of re-explaining your goals or your business context every time you start a chat, which sometimes you may need to do in ChatGPT, the regular chat, a custom ChatGPT will remember its role and always respond within that scope. Right? So here are some practical applications that business owners can use with the custom GPT. Again, you can use it to generate ad campaigns. That would be like your digital advertising expert. You can use it to plan and post social media content, which is your social media manager. You can create a, excuse me, a customer success expert that handles sales interactions, sales outreach. And then also you can have a graphics and media expert that creates branded graphics and media, or that helps you in that regard. So those are just a few ways in which you can create these different experts or employees to work on your team for your business, all right? Also, with custom GPTs, they simplify complex topics into step-by-step instructions that small business owners can potentially follow. So in short, custom GPTs is like hiring a specialized AI team member that you design, train, and use to handle real business functions. Okay, so let's jump to prompting. Okay, so for those of us in here who have probably been using ChatGPT, we know prompting is just the method we use to communicate with the chat system, right? And it's very crucial that you learn how to prompt effectively because the better you prompt, providing more information is the better results you'll get from ChatGPT. So I usually use the adage or the phrase garbage in, garbage out. If you keep it too simple, you're just going to get simple results from the chatbot. But if you really take the time to craft a good prompt that gives it a lot of information that it will know what it needs to do, it will give you a more desired result. Okay, so that's why with our custom chat GPT, usually the first thing you're going to put into it is a prompt. You're going to give it a set of instructions that it needs to implement. Okay, and effective prompting is the foundation of the custom chat GPT. In these various ways is that you can define roles, as I mentioned, and personalities. So without a strong prompt, your GPT doesn't know if it should act like a consultant or a coach or a content creator. So a clear role prompt will make your responses more consistent and aligned with your business. By using prompting, you can set boundaries and focus. Prompts tell the GPT what to do and what not to do, right? So if you want your chat GPT to avoid acronyms or to avoid certain types of jargon, always speak in a certain tone, or always break things down in simple step-by-step solutions, you can set those kind of constraints within the GPT, right? Another thing with a custom GPT, it delivers consistency. Once instructions are locked into the system, you get the same tone, detail, and structure every time you interact with it. So this is key, again, if you want to have a good experience with your employee. Also, you can use custom GPTs to bridge knowledge gaps. So your GPT doesn't automatically know your business, right? So you have to train it or provide information if there's specific things about your business and how it operates. So within the custom GPT, you can upload documents like your business plan, if you have a target audience or personas, if there's a specific way your brand needs to be represented. Those are considered training materials that you can upload into the custom GPT that, again, you'll get that consistency and it will know how to provide the right responses relative to your business. So this ensures advice is specific, not generic. So in short, the prompt is considered to be like your hiring manual, right? Without it, your custom GPT is just regular chat GPT, right? Where it's going to just give you generic information when it thinks it's applicable. With a custom GPT or with the correct prompt, it becomes more specialized and more inclined to provide the right information for your business. All right, so we're going to take a look at a framework that you can use for prompting, right? It's called the RCTFE framework, and I'll kind of go through what each letter stands for, and you guys can keep note of that. All right, so we're starting with R, right? And R stands for role, okay? So as we mentioned before, defining or giving the GPT a role is very crucial, right? Because it will put the team member or the employee into a right mindset, or it will put on a certain hat to act and only work within the knowledge of that particular role, right? So define who the GPT is supposed to be. So example, you can say, hey, you are a business development expert with 25 plus years of experience helping small businesses grow, right? So that could be for a business development expert, custom GPT. Okay. Then the C stands for context. All right. Provide some background and business specific information so the employee or the GPT can kind of get an idea of what you're trying to do. So an example here could be, all right, the context is the user or the business owner owns a bakery specializing in cookies and pastries, right? So that kind of brings it down that when it starts to help the business owner, it knows it probably only makes cookies and pastries. It's not going to talk about ice cream or anything else, right? It's going to focus on that particular niche, okay? So that's the context. The T stands for task, all right? So you want to clearly state what you want the GPT to do, all right? So again, think of that assistant, right? If you had an assistant, you said, okay, you are my assistant. I'm going to need you to help do research for my bakery, right? That's the context. And then the task is you could specifically tell them to do certain things, right? You could say, I want you to go to these websites, summarize each website, and provide me who you think may be my competitor. So those are clear tasks that I want the assistant to do. It's the same thing you would want for that specific employee to do if you're aware of certain tasks that they may need to do, right? So understanding your business processes is very key in this part where you would know step one, I would do this. And then after step one, I would do step two. So you could tell them these steps that the custom GPT can potentially follow. Okay. So having an understanding again of operation and tasks is something useful in your business that you can put into this into this GPT to help you. All right. So once you define the task for it to do, then the F stands for format. Okay. So that just means, all right, when you told the assistant to go and find out who your competitors are, right? You could say, once you get those results, put it in a Google Sheet or put it in a spreadsheet or put it in a Word document and email it to me. Okay. That's the format. So you just instruct the GPT on how you would like the results, right? You could say, give me bullet points. Keep the answers under 1,000 words, right? So if there's something specific you're looking for, you put it in that regard. So that's the format or somewhat the expectation from when they complete the task. And then lastly, you have E, which is examples, right? So show the model or like probably some examples or Q&A questions and answers so that the GPT will learn from these examples and what expectations you're probably looking for. So this would be if you had the assistant and he said, hey, all right, I have some spreadsheets that I did before on my own. Take a look at how I formatted the table and I want you to do it the same way. And the assistant will go and read the different kind of spreadsheets and familiarize itself with like, oh, he always wants first name, last name. He wants their email address. And it will kind of start to learn how to output the details that you're looking for. So again, that's what the framework is. So again, R is role, C is context, T is task, F is format, and E is for an example. All right. So the benefits of using this type of framework when you're starting to create your prompts, it forces clarity. It produces structured responses that matches your business, and it makes prompts scalable. You can use this framework to create all different kind of team members. All right, if you just follow that pattern. Okay, so now we're going to jump into our case study. All right, and I'll be going and logging into ChatGPT just to kind of, preface before I get in. For this to work, you need to have like a paid version of ChatGPT, the $20 a month plan, right? This won't work on the free version. I always encourage all my clients, just go ahead and upgrade to the paid version. It's very affordable, and you get big returns on making that investment on what you're able to do with the plus version. All right. So here's the case study. So we see here, we have Sweet and Special, which is a bakery, right? And we have our owner here, Miss Sandy Johnson, right? And we have their logo. And a little bit of background on Sandy is that she's an avid baker. I had used this example in the webinar I did last year as well. She's passionate about baking specialty treats and has been in business now for a year, right? And she is approaching next month, we know is Halloween, and she wants to basically create a new product or get a new treat, to offer to the marketplace. And she needs help on what that might be. Okay, that's one of her challenges. Also, she wants to start up a social media campaign for Halloween as well, right? So she needs help on, getting stuff done on different types of platforms and how and what kind of content would be good for that. And then she wants to dabble a little bit with digital advertising. So probably run a couple of ads on Facebook, or probably Instagram, right? So she doesn't know how to do that. And the question is, how can she leverage AI to address these challenges, right? So what she would need to do in this regard is get her AI dream team. So we're looking on the screen here, and we can see somewhat like an organizational chart of team members that she can use AI to create to help her address some of these challenges, right? And we have Bud here, which stands for like business development. And then there's some other team members who can assist as well. We have Sally, who helps with sales, Soshi, who is the social media manager. We have Dave, who is a digital advertising expert. We have Connor, who helps with content strategy. And then we have Demny, who is a graphics and media expert, right? But in this case, we'll be probably accessing three team members that can help her out with her challenge, right? So the first we're going to be working with is the first challenge, right? How can Sandy get help creating a new product for Halloween? So the quick answer for that will be Bud, right? So we're going to use ChatGPT, right? And we're going to see how Bud can possibly help her. Okay, so for us to do that, let's jump on over to ChatGPT. I'm going to pull that up on my screen. Hopefully you guys can see it. Okay, so you should be seeing my browser right now, right? If not, just let me know. Okay, and so this is the interface when you log into ChatGPT. Okay, and if you want to create your own GPTs, to the left, you'll have the option to click GPTs here. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. And then it's going to bring you to the GPT marketplace. So here are different types of GPTs that other people have created that you can utilize for yourself, but we're not going to touch that. We're going to create our own. So at the top, you should see an option where it says My GPTs. You can click that. And this is where normally you'll have GPTs that are stored. Okay. But you can always go ahead and hit create a GPT. So I had created this before. Let me just go ahead and walk through the process. So you're going to hit create GPT. All right. And then you'll have the option here to create or configure. This is an option where you can actually talk to ChatGPT and say, hey, I want to build a GPT that can help me with a specific thing. In this case, what we're going to do is configure it, right? Because we have information about our business specifically that we want it to utilize. All right. So we're going to hit configure. And what I'm going to do is actually, before we configure it, I'm going to pull up a prompt. Sorry, just give me a second here. Yeah, I'm going to pull up a prompt for us to take a look at that we can use for Bud. All right, so just give me a second to pull it up. Okay, so I'm bringing it over here. And we'll see how this one goes through the framework we just spoke about. So view, let me reboot. Okay, so this is Bud again, the business development expert. So here we have the role, and I'll just read through this one. So it says, you are Bud, a seasoned business development expert with over 25 years of experience as an entrepreneur, strategist, and mentor. You are deeply knowledgeable about the U.S. Small Business Administration, SBA, and SCORE resources, and you have successfully guided many small business owners in starting, operating, and scaling their companies. All right, so we see how we made a role. Then we put context. Your mission is to support small business owners who may not be business savvy. Many of them are solopreneurs or first-time entrepreneurs looking for clear step-by-step guidance. They value simple explanations, visual aids, and actionable strategies that can help them gain confidence, secure funding, and grow sustainably. Here's the task. Your first responsibility is to help users develop a comprehensive, actionable business plan. And I kind of go through and break down how the business plan may look, all right? And then I mention some other supplemental areas that it can help. The format, I say, always present your guidance in clear, concise English. Don't use any jargon. Use numbered lists. When possible, provide diagrams. Keep my solutions actionable and realistic. Stay focused on the specific task requested. No unnecessary detours. All right. And then I provide some examples here of different things I may ask. Right. So, for example, for this, with the bakery, if I was looking for funding, these are kind of like the response it will provide to me in a bulleted format, things along those lines, right? So this is an example of how you can build the job description for Bud, right? Using the framework. So again, consider this to be the job description. This is what they're going to be responsible for doing, all right? So I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy, all right? And then let me go back to ChatGPT. All right, so we're back to creating the GPT. All right, I'm going to go here and just quickly give it a photo so I can recognize it. So see, I got Bud there, right? Puts a little icon. I can put, okay, Bud, business. I just can say, hey, Bud there. And then I can put as a description, business development expert. Okay, now the instructions, when it comes to your GPT, the two areas that are probably going to be important is the instructions where we put the prompt, and then there's a knowledge area where you can upload any documents or anything that you may have that's relative to your business to help train the employee, right? So I'm going to go here and I'm going to paste everything that I had in instructions, all right? Okay, and as I'm making this employee, right, you can see a preview to the right, okay? And I can go ahead and select all of these capabilities. You want to make sure it has web search, canvas, image generation, and I usually put this as well, that if you want to crunch data or anything like that, it will have that capability. So now that I've done that, I can go ahead and make sure I have the latest model, which is the latest brain in ChatGPT, which is model 5. You can leave that. Here, you can use different models, but I would say just leave it as what it is, no recommended model, okay? And then we can go ahead and hit create. All right. And then you'll hit update. All right. And here it will say the GPT has been updated or it has been created. And I can say, let me view my GPT. And it should load it in my interface. So it took me back to the main interface. And you can see now to the left in the panel, it has Bud, right? So this is a GPT that when I log in at any time, it's saved here to the left that I can always jump back in and start asking questions. So let's kind of test it out a little bit. So again, with the bakery, we want to ask a question about creating a product, right? So we could say, hey, Bud, can you help me create a new product for my bakery? Right, I'm going to hit that. And it says, yes, absolutely. Okay, then it's going to start asking some questions in regards to my business, and I would need to answer it, right? Now, let me go back to the GPT and show you how we can then improve our experience with it, right? So I'm going to go back to my GPTs. Okay, this is the one that we just created, Bud. I'm going to edit it. Okay, and this is where I was talking about. Right now, with the prompt that I gave it, it doesn't really know a lot about my business, right? It just knows, hey, it can help me with creating certain things like my business plan, stuff like that. But if you come to knowledge and say upload files, okay, I'm going to go to information that I have about Sweet and Special. So I have like a business plan, my brand identity, my digital marketing, my personas. These are documents that I've had that are about this specific company, right? So I'm going to go ahead and say open. And here we can see it's uploaded all of the documents that are relative to it. Okay, so now here it says it's updating, but I can test it out and I can say, hey, Bud, what is the name of my business? Just to make sure it knows. All right, so quickly it says, all right, your business name is Sweet and Special. So it took those documents, it went through, and it kind of knows a little bit about my business. So now I can re-ask that question. Now I can say, using what you know about my business, can you help me create a new, call it cookie to for upcoming Halloween season? Right, so I kind of made it specific. I'm saying, hey, I want to do a cookie, right? So it says, yeah, absolutely. Let's design a Halloween themed signature cookie for Sweet and Special. That's fun, can be put on Instagram, and it fits my brand, right? Because I told it more about my brand with one of those documents, right? So here it's giving me some ideas, shapes, flavors, decoration, prices, marketing ideas, right? And then it will continue. Would you like me to do a mock-up of a flyer? So I'm going to kind of stop here with the demonstration because of time. But hopefully you can see now, this is an employee. Let me just go ahead and hit update. This is an employee now that I can come to at any time to start talking about, my business specifically. All right, let me go back to view GPT, that I can talk to it specifically about doing certain things to help grow my business, right? And in that regard. So that was just a quick example, and I could have a long back and forth conversation until I get that great idea that resonates with me based off of what it suggested, and I can go ahead and probably start getting that item produced. Okay, all right. So that was an example for business development, right? So we got that one challenge fixed. All right, I'll try to go through the rest of these a little bit quickly because I know we're pressing on time. All right, so the next option she had was, okay, how can Sandy create her social media campaign for Halloween? All right, so same thing. She's gonna go and create a custom GPT called Soci, a social media manager, right? So let's go back again to, or I'll bring it back. All right, and we'll go back again to GPTs. Let's go to my GPTs, go and hit create, right? And we're going to configure, and let's see if we can upload a photo. Go Soci. All right, and then we just say her name is Soci, right? And we can say social media manager, all right? And then I'm going to go ahead and get her RTC, or the framework for her. All right, I'll bring that up. So I'm just going to quickly copy this, but this one follows the same gist. It has a role, context, the task that she'll need to do, things along those lines, right? So I'll go ahead and copy this with the examples. Right, this one too. All right, and again, I'm going to put that in the instructions. And I'm going to just upload some files as well, the same files. So that this one knows about my business. All right, and then I'm gonna hit create, update. And the thing about your GPTs, when you're creating them, it says like invite only. So these GPTs are only accessible to you. They're your own employees. No one else on the platform can access them, right? So that's the thing I like about it, is that, again, it's only for me. Unless I change it, I can share it with other people, but I have to give access to it. Okay, so here, what is the problem that I need help with? I can say, hey, just to test, what is the name of my business? Let's see if it says sweet and special. All right, it remembers. And I'm going to ask, can you help me create a 30-day social media campaign for this upcoming Halloween? All right, see, didn't say no. And here it is. It's giving me different posts, platforms that I should focus on. It says, hey, you need to work on getting on Instagram, on Facebook, TikTok, and probably Pinterest, right? And here it just quickly outlined to me each week different things that I can probably focus on. It's telling me tools that I can probably use. It says go to Canva to probably create stuff. You can use CapCut and some other tools that you can probably it recommends utilizing. And then it says, do you want me to write out any captions, any hashtags? I'm saying no, not at this time. All right. So I wanted to keep notice here to the left. All right. I have my two employees, Bud and Soshi. All right. So I know we're at the top of the hour. So let me quickly go through our last one. So this just kind of gives you an idea. She can bounce between each of these employees to kind of help her, again, get certain things done in regards to upcoming Halloween. All right. So let's go back again to GPT and let's see if we can create the last one. So again, go back to GPTs, my GPTs, okay, and you'll see them listed here. All right, so I'll just delete that one. Okay, and then I'm going to create one. Again, configure. This one is going to be Dave. All right, so his name is Dave. And again, digital advertising expert, right? And then I'll go ahead and get the prompt for Dave. Okay, just to quickly show you, here's Dave. Same, so you can see the consistency. He has a role. He's a digital marketing expert, right? Context, his task that he's going to help me with, format, and examples, right? So we're going to copy. Okay, and then go back to the instructions. Okay, put it in there. And then for this one as well, let's upload some files about the bakery. Oops. Same files. All right, it's going to upload it. Okay, and I make sure that I have this one turned on too. Okay. All right. I'm going to quickly create it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to view it. It should put it to the left side of my navigation under GPTs. All right, so see, I got the three of them here, Dave. And then, as I said, I always test, what is the name of my business? Just to make sure it has the right context. All right, so it knows sweet and special. I didn't tell it, so it knows from the documents. All right, so what I need help with, can you help me create a digital advertising campaign for Halloween? And my budget is, say, $500. So I gave it some information, and let's see what it says. Perfect. Let's build a $500 Halloween digital advertising campaign, right? Gives me the breakdown of my budget, what platforms I probably should go on. It says Facebook, Instagram. I should spend $350 out of it on there. Then I can go to Google and use $100, and then I could use some retargeting, right? It's telling me the people I need to target, right? Based off of the demographics I provided to it. It's giving me some ad copy that I can review, some ideas, ad formats, right? Timeline on when I can run the ads, week one, run this specific ad, metrics that I need to look for, okay? And then it gives me next steps and things I need to do. And if it wants to design some images, I could say yes, okay? And it continue the conversation, right? And it will start giving me more details in regards to running digital ads. So I'm going to kind of stop there in regards to the demo, but hopefully you can see in a few minutes how I got 3 different types of employees or AI team members to start addressing challenges that Sandy was having, all right? And I could continue the conversation ongoing and ongoing in regards to what specific needs I have for my business. So I'm going to go back to the presentation and wrap up. So we saw here with Dave what he was able to do, all right? And so the results from, say, Sandy using that was that with Bud, it helps Sandy to develop a Halloween product, probably a spooky do-it-yourself cookie kit, and it gave pricing and packaging and sales projections. With Soshi, we had asked for 30, but in this case, she probably designed a 10-day Halloween content calendar with posts, reels, giveaways to build buzz online. Dave was able to do a 7-day Facebook, Instagram ad campaign where they're targeting local moms, event planners, and families in Chicago. So together, the integrated impact was that Sandy was able to launch a seasonal product for Halloween, promote it effectively online, and drive traffic to a booth that she had through ads and social. And she was able to project a $1,800 increase our profit in sales, collect 50 new customers, and gain momentum heading into Thanksgiving, right? So again, she can prepare for the next season that will be upcoming, all right? So takeaways. Remember that AI can act as a virtual employee for your small business, all right? We can see from the example, we can use it to do business development, product creation. It can do digital ads. It can run social media. AI team members can cover essential business functions that many solopreneurs or small teams struggle to manage, all right? Secondly, you don't need to be tech savvy to start using AI. Using tools like ChatGPT, they're designed to be simple. You can see from creating that custom GPT, there wasn't really anything laborious to implement. You just have to notice the prompt, right? Give it a name, right? And if you have documents to support it, upload it, right? And then you start interacting. As you saw, we just created it in minutes. Custom GPTs can be tailored to your brand and to your goals. We saw that by just providing the right information that you can utilize. And then lastly, AI will saves time and money while boosting productivity. So instead of paying for multiple staff roles or agencies, small business owners can leverage AI team members or employees for affordable monthly costs. As we saw, this is $20 a month, which frees up owners to focus on growth and building customer relationships, all right? So I hope that you guys basically can see that as a solid takeaway. So my challenge to you all with wrapping up right now is that go ahead and try and build your first AI employee, right? Sign up for the ChatGPT Plus, which is the $20 a month if you haven't. Look in your business and identify one thing that you can see or one role that can definitely help you. Go ahead and create an AI teammate to handle it this week, and then continue experimenting, adjusting, and creating other team members as you learn the needs for your business. All right, so I'll stop here for any Q&A. But actually, before I go to that, I want to let you guys know that I actually start a class. I'm teaching a class, an 8-week training, helping individuals or business owners learn about AI. And I will be going through more of this, what I taught today in depth, right? So if you are interested, we still have a few spots left. The link to register is going down by Monday. So if you want to continue working and learning more, go ahead to nextdigitalclass.com and just register. And I would love to have you in the class. It's a free 8-week training that we go through, not only AI, but other elements of building your business online. And again, if you guys want to stay in contact, here's my information. Again, you can email me, lwilliams@shyul.org. We have a website, shyurbanleaguecei.com, where you can go, and there are other coaches that I work along with that can potentially help in your business as well. So definitely feel free to stay connected. All right. And again, thank you so much for having me today. I wish you all the best with your business. All right. And continue learning, continue embracing AI. Because as I said, if you don't, your competitors will, and you don't want to be left behind. All right. So I'll go back to Q&A. Dominique, are you on?
I actually have one question that came up through with the Q&A for you, Leslie. It's just going back to ChatGPT and your employees that you created. Anonymous is asking, how did you create the prompts that you're using for the employees to kind of tell them what to do?
How did I? Well, okay, good question. So actually, I use the ChatGPT for that, right? So ChatGPT itself can be a good prompt engineer. So if you go into ChatGPT and give it a role and say, hey, you are a prompt engineer, I am using the RTCFE framework, and I need you to create a prompt for a social media manager that will be handling these types of responsibilities, and hit enter, and it will go ahead and break it down for you and give you those role context tasks for each one. So actually using ChatGPT will help you create those prompts. Good question.
And we had one other question that kind of came during the presentation, which I think you kind of answered as you were
Mm-hmm.
doing it, but it's just
Mm-hmm.
asking how to create the new GBT. They had missed that part, but then you had gone through it again, so hopefully that kind of resolved that question. And
Mm-hmm.
I'll also share, and I'll drop it in the chat for everyone to access as well. This webinar was recorded, and it will be uploaded onto our YouTube channel following, so you can access this great training. You can even go back and see, and I had shared it in the chat as well, what Leslie had done for us last year, which is kind of a great introduction to AI. You can also access that as well. So get started with a really great series. And if you want to dive even further, sign up. I put the URL in the chat as well, that next digital class. That's super exciting, Leslie, that you'll be going even deeper into the topic. So you can sign up there. And last but not least, if you want to work directly with a business advisor such as Leslie, such as anyone in our network, again, you can sign up for free business advising through the source. Also, drop that link in the chat as well. And we're here for any questions if you ever have them.
Thank you so
Um,
much, Mercedes. Thank you, Leslie, for joining us. That was a great, great webinar. I have like 3 pages full of notes. So I thank you. You were very detailed, and thank you for the anonymous, because I was about to ask that same question. Like, how do you create the prompts? Do you go through ChatGPT and just drop in job description or something? So you actually gave more information than what I was thinking on how to utilize that and create that information. So I know if I'm walking off excited, I know everyone on this call is probably walking off excited and ready to create, their 2 or 3 extra employees. I think this was amazing. So as always, thank you. You all do not sleep on Leslie. You see, he's great. He said he have a few, you know, openings for his next, what is it, next digital
Next
class?
digital. Mm-hmm.
Next digital, and it's
Mm-hmm.
closing you all on Monday. So if you want to learn more, definitely check out that link. Mercedes was so gracious to drop it in the chat for us. Make sure you sign up before all the seats are taken. Also, Leslie, I know you all have an event coming up on Friday. If you wanted to talk about that real quick.
Um, Not Friday. I think you're probably talking about our summit.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Sorry. Yes. So we have a wealth and opportunity summit that is happening on October 3rd, I believe. Right. So I believe it's 2 weeks from now.
That's
Right.
it.
So if you guys are interested, I don't have the link on me right here, but I can provide it to Mercedes and Dominique. They can share it with you guys afterwards. It's gonna be in Chatham. Don't have the exact address, but it's going to be October 3rd, 8:30 to 4. We're going to have a bunch of speakers coming out on how you can build wealth and create opportunity for your businesses, for your family. So we would definitely love for you to register, come on out. And yeah, definitely we'd love to have you in attendance. You'll definitely learn a lot more in regards to different things you can do to build wealth.
Good. Mercedes already pulled it and dropped it. She's
Oh,
amazing.
okay.
Great
All right.
staff.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
My colleagues are amazing. I was like, did it just pop up? Thank
Yeah,
you so
like
much for catching it. That is actually on 88th and Stewart, I believe it is,
yes,
to easily identify you all. That's the old Walmart right off of 83rd Street, I believe. Is that correct?
correct.
Right?
Yes. The
Yeah,
the
it's
the
the
the, co-
training
the,
facility that
the
was
training
built in
facility.
the parking lot. So if anybody can
Correct.
identify with all of that, that should help jog your memory as to where the event is held. And is it free, or do they have to pay to attend?
It's supposed to be free.
It's free. All right. So
Yeah.
you all look, he just gave us a lot, and I believe your next digital is free as well, right?
Yep. Free 99.
Free 99. You want there is no reason not to take advantage of all these opportunities. They're all free. You can do his next digital, you can attend the summit, you can sign up with the source. Every opportunity we're providing you all small business owners are free. So with that, we are over time. We thank you so much. As Mercedes said, check out what is it? CookCountySmallBiz.org if you want to sign up on our website and check out Leslie and everything that he's giving you. So we thank you all for joining us. Check us out next Monday. I'm sorry, not next Monday, next month. Spend the last Wednesday of the month for our next webinar Wednesday. And you can join us again on our YouTube if you missed anything and you want to catch some more notes on what Leslie talked about. Have a good one, everyone.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks a lot,
Thank
guys. Have a good
you.
day. All right. Bye-bye.